So, hello, my name is Anna, and I am the founder of the Women Only Health and Fitness Club. We are Fit Attitude, or commonly and lovingly known as WAFA. And today I have lovely Linda, who is our member, who's been with us for a year now. So Linda's going to tell her story a bit about her journey with WAFA and what a journey it's been. So we were just having a quick chat before I hit record and was asking Linda about how she found me. And it had initially been a recommendation through one of my clients that I was training one-to-one. But I will hand over to Linda because she tells it quite nicely, that how she suddenly was drawn and pulled into the WAFA world.
Well, yes, it was a friend who told me about you, Anna, and WAFA, but that was almost a year before I joined. And then I kept on seeing the WAFA things on Facebook, and I kept on looking and clicking and opening and then turning away, thinking that won't be for me, that won't be for me. But it rose gradually in my consciousness, and it seemed to be that the more I needed to do something about myself and the more my consciousness of WAFA, and all of a sudden last May they met. And that's when I plucked up the courage to respond to the Facebook ad thing. And we had a conversation, I think, and then I went to First Down and tried it. I haven't looked back since.
No, so you first joined the Books in Six, the 6-week program that everybody starts on. Can you remember what you wanted to get out of that at that time? Can you remember where you were at? Because you were quite active, you were doing yoga and...
I do yoga and Pilates, and I also go to the gym and swim, so I'm quite active. But I don't know, it was all very in a desultory sort of fashion, without any energy behind it. I used to do all these things because I felt I should, rather than because I enjoyed any of them. And I felt I was not just plateaued, but actually dipping down. I was feeling very sluggish, without energy, and my general enthusiasm for life, not just for moving around a bit, was pretty low. And I felt I had to do something about it. My weight control was part of it, but only part of it. That wasn't a major thing. It was more about knowing that if I became more energetic, I would be my old enthusiastic self again. And it was that I wanted to recover, and not just recover, but actually improve on.
So you joined us and you did your 6 weeks. And what do you think you got out of that 6 weeks? What was it? What do you feel helped you most?
I got a lot of confidence from those 6 weeks. I felt very held by the community, and you know, not just you and your fellow coaches, but also the other WAFAs. Everyone was very welcoming, and I was really anxious about starting because I knew in my head, I'm always, wherever I go, the oldest and the fattest. That's my mindset. And you know, whether it's true or not, that's what's there. And so I was very, very anxious. Everyone was super warm, super welcoming, and everybody, the culture that you have managed to create and sustain is one where everybody's very positive and everybody notices everybody else's gains and achievements we don't look for people stumbling. We look for people being able to do things that they couldn't do. And I found that culture and ethos so supportive and sustaining. And it was that really hooked me in. Plus the fact that I began to have the confidence to do things that I'd always said, no, I can't do that. That's not for me. I don't do that sort of thing. And it's amazing how my inhibition about doing stuff has just fallen away.
Wow, that's really powerful. And also, I have to say, I mean, you weren't coined the name Queen of Squats for no reason.
I
But
love
also,
squats.
actually, I think it's important to talk about your. I mean, the fact that you've grown in confidence, and I know that there were things that you felt you had to say no to because you didn't feel that you could say yes or be in that situation. And I'm so pleased that the WAFA classes and what the WAFA community have helped you with that. But from a physical point of view, as well as the mental point of view, I don't need to tell you the changes that have happened, but I'm sure you can tell us all what they were.
Well,
or are.
Well, I think the confidence, I don't think I can stress that too strongly, because if you don't feel confident, you're not going to try a heavier weight or a weight at all. You're not going to lift things. You're not going to put yourself down on the ground and try and do a plank and then find that you can, and then find that you can keep it going for ages. I mean, it is extraordinary. My big bugbear was my balance, because as you get older, balance is one of the many things that can fall away. And lunges were my nemesis. I hated lunges. And that is something I feel as if I conquered. It's my mini Everest, that I've now learnt how to do lunges, and I don't groan audibly when asked to do them. And that is just amazing. And I do some exercise with my grandchildren on Zoom, and they are just super about saying, "Oh, Granny, you can do that. We didn't think you could do that." And that just makes me feel fantastic.
Good. And so, what do you feel is one of your greatest achievements at WAFA then?
Well, apart from being able to do lunges.
Apart from being able to do lunges and having all that and building your confidence. That's quite a lot of achievements there already.
I think when we did the recent challenge, the 12-hour challenge.
Well, I should just point out this was a 12-hour online workout challenge, because we are now online and we were raising money for St. George's Hospital. So, yeah.
Well, whenever you put out these sort of big physical challenges, like a mini triathlon type thing, I always think, how lovely, that's not for me. And at this time, I thought, how lovely, that's not for me. And then I thought, well, no, because it's done in the sort of WAFA spirit, which is you can do it at the right level for you. And so if you feel that you can do 12, do 12. If you feel you can do a few, do a few, and then try and push yourself to do a few more. So that was quite a key moment for me to think, well, I could do that maybe. And I could ask people for money to sponsor me. I've never done that before. And I did, and I said, I'll do three sessions. And I ended up doing 4. And I can't tell you the elation I felt. I mean, it was totally disproportionate. It was really as if I'd done the marathon. But it was fantastic. And when stuff like that happens that's good, you get in this benign circle of thinking, oh, I can do that. Maybe I can do something else. And that's what being part of WAFA has meant to me. And when I say confidence, it's all bound up in that, because I would never have done anything like that before.
And what's even nicer now is you're talking about, you're not frightened of trying something now.
No.
It feels like you don't immediately say no, but you're actually thinking, maybe I could. And that's because you're looking outwards. You're looking at opportunities now and not inwards and thinking, oh, I can't do that. You're now starting to think, well, maybe I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, just feeling that it's worth trying. And if it doesn't work, I'm not going to physically fall on my face. So have a go.
Exactly. So this brings me on nicely to my question that I ask at the end is, what would you say to somebody who is thinking about, you know, clicking on my advert and thinking of joining but hasn't quite got there? What would you say to them?
Do it. Definitely do it, because it can change so much and unexpectedly so much. And particularly for older women, because you're not going to get away, Anna, without me telling people how old I am.
No, I'd leave that to you, Linda.
I was 72 when I started at WAFA, and I was very uncertain about my abilities. I'm now 73, and I feel so strong and so competent, I think is the word. And it's so important for people my age and older and younger to keep up with these physical activities, not do crazy things like some of the younger WAFers do, but because my balance has improved, I don't have any signs at all of osteoporosis. My bones are fine. And that's because I do weights. And my heart function and lung function have both improved because I do the cardio. So all of these things, and my mood has improved because I'm doing these physical things. So what I'd say to somebody, whether they're my age or any age, is do it. Do WAFA. It's also I find it good for it to be women only, because certainly I would feel very inhibited if there were men around in the group, and they're not, so I don't feel inhibited. That's not something I have to even think about, and I appreciate that. It's not like at the gym where you see all these people doing that sort of thing very seriously and looking disapprovingly at what then looks like my feeble efforts.
Well, I think you've been on the most fantastic journey, and it has been a huge pleasure for me to see you transform. It's what we're all about, and well, you're with us for quite a while longer now, so.
Well, I shall, yes, as I was thinking this morning, I think I'm in it for life. You're stuck with me now, and I'm really sorry.
I think I can cope with that. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and I'm sure it will inspire plenty of women out there. So here's to, well, what will be your next? It will be the Queen of Lunges, I think, next. I think.
Oh, no.
Queen of lunges and squats.
Yes, yes.
Squats works best though, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Linda. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye.